Ever wondered why some people accomplish so much while you feel drained by midday, running in place, going nowhere? It isn't because they have extra hours. It isn't some genetic gift you were denied. The gap between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one comes down to how you structure your day. Don't think of a routine as a cage, think of it as the invisible framework holding up the life you actually want. You don't need a dramatic, terrifying overhaul to change your life. You just need to master the order of your day, from the second your eyes open to the moment they close at night. What follows isn't some abstract theory. It's a practical, physical, and mental blueprint. One that, if you follow it, will reshape your brain, tune up your body, and shift the entire direction of your life. The first moments after waking. The shift starts before you're even out of bed. The single worst move you can make is grabbing your phone the moment you wake up. Checking email, social feeds, or news in your first 5 minutes hands the wheel of your mind over to the outside world. You let external noise decide your mood for the rest of the day. Instead, lie still for 60 seconds. Rest your hands on your stomach. Breathe in slowly through your nose and feel your belly rise. Exhale gently through your mouth. Repeat this 3 times. This small act grounds you in the present and switches on the part of your nervous system that tells your body it's safe, rested, and in control. Once you're up, your very first move should be a large glass of water, room temperature, maybe with a pinch of salt or a splash of lemon. You've gone 7 or 8 hours without a single sip. Your body is running dry, and that dryness is what causes the fog, the sluggishness, the false hunger. Hydrating right away kicks your metabolism into gear and starts flushing out what built up overnight. After that, your body needs a clear signal that it's daytime. For most of human history, people rose with the sun. Artificial light and climate-controlled rooms have scrambled that internal clock, so you have to reset it deliberately, every single day. Step outside or at minimum stand near a bright window and let natural light reach your eyes for 10 to 15 minutes. Don't stare at the sun directly. Just let the ambient light land on your retina. This triggers a healthy jolt of cortisol that wakes you up, sharpens your focus, and starts a countdown for melatonin to be released roughly 14 to 16 hours later. So you're actually tired when night comes. Pair that light exposure with some kind of movement. It doesn't have to be a full workout if you'd rather save that for later. A brisk walk, some stretching, a few jumping jacks or push-ups will do. The point is simply to raise your body temperature and get blood moving. Light plus movement is the best natural energy drink there is. Now that your body's awake, it's time to clear the mental static. Most people carry around a low hum of anxiety because they're trying to hold every task, appointment, and worry in their head at once. Get it all out onto paper instead. Take 5 minutes for a brain dump. Write down everything you need to do, everything worrying you, every stray idea floating around. Don't organize it, just get it out. Once it's on the page, your mind can relax because it knows the information is safely stored somewhere else. After that, turn your attention to your mindset. Read a few pages of something that broadens your thinking, or listen to something educational while you get ready. Don't let negativity or drama fill that space. Guard the first hour of your day fiercely. Whatever you feed your mind in that window sets the tone for every decision and interaction until you go to sleep again. Getting into work your peak hours. As you move into your workday, understand the idea of your biological prime time, a 2 to 4 hour window where your brain is running at its sharpest. For most people, that window lands in late morning, but you'll need to find your own rhythm. That's when your hardest, most demanding thinking should happen. It's not the time to check email, tidy your desk, or sit through pointless meetings. It's the time to write the proposal, write the code, build the strategy, make the thing. Turn your phone off completely and put it in another room. Close every tab you don't need. Work in uninterrupted 90-minute blocks. The brain runs on what's called an ultradian rhythm, roughly 90 minutes of high intensity before it needs a break. During that block, You do nothing but the one task in front of you. If your attention drifts, just bring it back gently. Deep focus like this is becoming one of the rarest, most valuable skills in the modern economy. Master it, and you'll get more done in those 90 minutes than most people manage in an entire afternoon. When the block ends, take an actual break switching to social media. On the same screen doesn't count as rest. Staring at a screen isn't rest. It's just a different kind of stimulation. Get up, walk around, look at something far away to relax your eyes, drink some water, stretch, and fully disconnect from the work for 10 to 15 minutes. Once you're recharged, move into a second block, maybe on something slightly less demanding, but still important. Avoiding the midday crash comes down to managing what you put in your body. Skip the heavy, carb-loaded lunch. A huge plate of pasta or fast food will spike your blood sugar and then crash it, leaving you foggy and irritable. Go for lean protein, healthy fats, and vegetables instead. That gives you steady energy without the crash. After lunch, work with the natural afternoon dip, instead of fighting it with more coffee, which just borrows energy from tomorrow and wrecks tonight's sleep. Shift your tasks instead. The afternoon is for shallow work, answering email, phone calls, meetings, admin, filing things away. None of that needs peak mental sharpness, which makes it the perfect fit for when your energy is naturally lower. If you hit a wall around 3 p.m., try a quick physiological reset. Splash cold water on your face. Do 20 jumping jacks, or step outside for 2 minutes of fresh air. It sounds too simple to work, but a sudden shift in temperature or a burst of exertion snaps your nervous system back awake, closing out the workday. As the day winds down, you need a shutdown ritual. The reason so many people burn out isn't that they work too many hours, it's that they never truly stop. They leave the office, but their mind keeps drafting emails and worrying about tomorrow's meeting. You need a real boundary, physical and mental, between work and everything else. About 20 minutes before you're done, wrap up whatever you're working on. Then open a blank page and write down your top 3 priorities for tomorrow. That tells your brain it doesn't need to keep spinning on this stuff all night. Once those 3 things are written down, close the laptop, shut off the monitor, and physically walk away. Say out loud, "Work is done for today." It might feel a little silly, but it's a real psychological trigger. It lets your nervous system shift out of work mode and into rest mode. Evenings, your sanctuary, your evening, should be a space to reconnect with yourself, your hobbies, the people you love. If you exercise at night, this is the time. Heavy lifting, a run, a tough yoga session, all work well to burn off the day's leftover stress. Whatever movement you choose, do it with intention. After that, turn toward connection. Have dinner with family, call a friend, sit and talk with your partner. The rule for the evening is full presence. If you're at the dinner table, your phone belongs in another room. You can't build real, deep relationships while half watching a glowing screen. Give the people in front of you your full attention. It's rare these days, and it deepens relationships almost immediately. After dinner, as it gets later, start winding your nervous system down. This is where most people quietly sabotage their sleep. About 2 hours before bed, start a digital sunset, no TV, no laptop, no phone. The blue light from these screens mimics daylight and suppresses melatonin, the hormone that makes you sleepy. On top of that, endless scrolling keeps your dopamine system revved up, making it hard for your brain to settle. If you must use your phone, switch on night mode and wear blue light glasses, but ideally, just put it away. So what do you do without screens? Go analog. Read an actual book, ideally fiction, something that lets your mind step into a story instead of circling your own worries. Listen to a calm podcast or audiobook. Play a board game with your family. Do some gentle stretching or restorative yoga to release tension from your shoulders and jaw. Take a warm bath or shower. The heat brings blood to your skin surface, and when you step out, your core temperature drops quickly, which is itself a signal to your brain that sleep is coming. About 30 minutes before bed, pull out a small journal and do a quick evening review. Ask yourself 3 questions. What went well today? What could have gone better? What am I grateful for? Gratitude isn't just a soft, feel-good idea. Research shows that deliberately focusing on what you're grateful for lowers cortisol, eases anxiety, and actually retrains your brain to notice the positive instead of fixating on the negative. It's one of the most effective antidotes to everyday stress. Getting ready for sleep. After your review, prepare your environment for sleep. Your room should be cool, completely dark, and quiet. If you're in a noisy area or live with people who keep different hours, get a good pair of earplugs or a white noise machine. Temperature might be the single most important factor for deep sleep. Aim for somewhere around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Before you lie down, set up tomorrow morning to remove as much friction as possible. Lay out your clothes. Put your water glass on the nightstand. Set the coffee maker. The easier the first 5 minutes of tomorrow are, the less tempted you'll be to hit snooze. Once you're in bed, don't force sleep. The harder you chase it, the more anxious you get, which keeps you awake. Instead, just focus on resting your body. Close your eyes and run through a body scan starting at your toes, consciously relaxing each muscle as you work your way up to your jaw and forehead. If your mind starts racing about tomorrow, don't fight the thoughts. Picture them as leaves floating down a river. Notice them and let them drift past. Bring your attention back to the slow rhythm of your breath. Sleep isn't wasted time. It's arguably the single greatest performance enhancer available to you. While you sleep, your brain clears out the day's metabolic waste, consolidates memories, processes emotions, and repairs your muscles. Shortchange your sleep, and you shortchange everything else. Protect 7 to 8 hours of good sleep, and you'll wake up feeling like a different person. The real secret: small steps, compounding. Looking at this whole sequence at once, it can feel like too much. You might be thinking, there's no way you're doing all of this starting tomorrow. You're right, you shouldn't try. The fastest way to fail at building a new routine is trying to change everything overnight. Attempt a full life overhaul in 24 hours and your willpower will collapse, and you'll be back to old habits by Wednesday. The real secret is incremental progress. Pick just one piece of this to work on for the first week. Maybe it's a glass of water the second you wake up. Maybe it's leaving your phone in another room during your first 90-minute work block. Maybe it's putting your phone away 2 hours before bed. Master that one habit until it takes 0 willpower to do. Only then, add the next one. Over a few months, these small, almost invisible habits stack on top of each other, compounding. The same way interest does in an account. You won't see much change on day 2 or day 10. But one day, 6 months from now, you'll wake up, move through your routine without thinking about it, and realize you have more energy than you did years ago. You'll notice your anxiety has quietly faded. You'll realize you're getting twice the work done in half the time. You'll notice your relationships feel deeper, more real. You'll look in the mirror and see someone who has genuinely changed, not through one dramatic decision, but through the steady, disciplined repetition of how you spend your days. Your life, in the end, is simply the sum of your days. Master this sequence morning to night, and you master your life.